Digital Data Protection Act 2023, that is DPDP Act 2023. Are we all covered under DPDP Act? Yes. Chartered accountant, legal professional, tax consultants are all covered under DPDP Act. Why we are covered? Because we are handling others' data, personal data. Digitally, we are handling others' personal data. Now, what are all the key terms under DPDP Act? First one is personal data. What is personal data? A data that can identify an individual. It can be Aadhaar, PAN card, digital signature, or financial information, anything. Many things are coming under personal data. Now, who is data fiduciary? We are all data fiduciaries. Any person who determines the purpose and means of processing personal data is a data fiduciary. The tax consultant, CA, advocate, company secretary are all data fiduciary. Who is data principal? The individual whom the personal data belongs. Generally, the person who gives the data to others as a data owner. Obligations of tax professionals under DPDP Act. What are all the obligations? The data should be for a lawful purpose. The data should be for a lawful purpose, not for anything else. Let us say tax filing, audits, legal advice. Then comes the consent. Before collecting or processing any data, we should take a consent from him. Let's say if you are taking an OTP, Aadhaar OTP, that's a consent. That is deemed to be a consent. Whereas if you are using his digital signature without his knowledge or without taking his permission, then it is not a consent. Without consent, you are using his personal data. Now comes notice. You must give a privacy notice at the time of data collecting. What is the notice? We should inform him, we should intimate him of what data is collected, purpose of collection, how long it will be stored, and rights of the data principal. The person who is giving the data, who is the owner of that data. So, rights of that data principal is anytime accessing the data. Data security. We are required to implement a reasonable security safeguards. Okay, password protection, firewall, etc. Encryption. All these are data security. Now comes data minimization. Do not collect unnecessary data. Whatever is required, you collect it. More than that, no. Right of the data principal. Access and correct their data. Withdraw the consent and file complaints. He can withdraw it also after the completion of the work. Many times the client asks, do you have a data privacy policy? Recently, during one marriage registration, after completion of all the things, somehow he got some phone calls from some bankers, offering loans or credit card or something. He was suspicious of that particular incident. He thought, how these people are suddenly started calling. I think this guy has shared some data. There is no link between marriage and loan. Maybe he's getting married, that's why he might be requiring a loan. I don't know what nexus it has. But he asked me, my colleague, saying that, do you have a data protection policy? So we need to have in minimum. Breach notification. One is, if any data breach is happening, we should inform the data protection board and possibly affected individual also, whoever is affected. And retention policy. Maintain data only for as long as necessary. After that, it must be deleted from your hard disk or WhatsApp or wherever. Examples of personal data you may handle. What are all the examples? PAN card, Aadhaar card, salary slip, tax return, bank statement, legal document, and personal identifiers. Penalties for non-compliance, it can be a small amount up to 250 crore it seems. Okay, what you should do? Add a privacy policy in each engagement letter or communication. Train your staff, entire staff, that Data privacy is very, very important. Use secure email and data storage. Have a consent from the clients. Review how you store your old client data. Delete if no longer required. Let's say if it is for a GST registration. As a consultant, he is asking all the data. The clients normally send it by WhatsApp or mail. When you are getting all this data, add one more data which is not to be uploaded elsewhere, whether it is in income tax portal or GST portal, but a consent. Simple words: I herewith give consent to use my data for this purpose. Please do return it back to me after the completion of the work, or as long as it is required lawfully. This is a simple declaration kind of thing. You can get it from the clients. See, there are two exemptions or immunity I found in this particular thing. Physical data, that is your printed copies, are not coming under DPDP Act, that it says. Second one, for a compliance purpose, if it is for a legal compliance purpose, then it is not, there is an immunity, you are protected if you are using it for a legal compliance purpose. But it has to be proved. If suppose he is complaining, no, he has utilized it for something else, then the burden of proof, the onus lies with the person who is complaining. He should say, okay, I have given it to this, but you have utilized this with proper evidence and sufficient proof. Let us see how far, how effectively, how practically we can implement this DPDP policy in our organization. Let's hope for the best. And also, let us see how far clients cooperate with us for this particular reason. Let's hope for the best, and thank you so much for listening to me.